Go to 7 Mile and you're good to go, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to all my 7 Mile people out there.
Just ruined my childhood even more, B. Damn you.
I'm just guy to put it together to try to make us sound good. Are you kidding me?
Blue Tigers Fitted, BlueTigersFitted.com, episode 17. You can't even XVIII that.
No, I got it. It's XIV.
No.
No, XVII.
Aha.
Beautiful.
It's like the Jordan 17s all day. What up, though, gentlemen?
What up, though?
What up, though, man? We're back off a hiatus. Fresh off that hiatus, that 2-week, 3-week, bye week that we had. Supposed to be one bye week, but we just added a second.
Life happens.
Life happens. We appreciate it. It's not that we forgot about you out there. We appreciate you because you've been constantly, sharing and tweeting and retweeting and, been on iTunes now. So, shout out to iTunes and all my Apple folks. We are definitely on iTunes right now at Blue Tigers Fitted. And you've been rating different shows, which is dope.
We've been looking okay.
We've been looking okay. A couple of our guests that have been on. Shout out to Juan Neal. Shout out to the young boy Chase Money.
Shout out to Chase Money.
Yeah, they've been voted for some pretty popular shows. And once again, I promise it's not me going through jacking the numbers up. I promise you. Like it's actual people tuning in.
Teek working the work phones.
Yeah. Creating different usernames, different emails. But we were away for a minute. We needed a small little break, but we're back at it. We're back on our grizzly. You know what I'm saying? It's November. And, only got a month left or so to roll for 2015, man. And 2016 is going to smack you in the motherfucking face.
How crazy is that?
Yeah,
it's real crazy.
They just rolled the clocks back and shit. And
man.
Madness, man.
Roll the clocks back. And, I got extra sleep. If I had to get up, an extra hour. Shout out to fall. 'Cause I'm falling back.
Shout out to sleep.
Yeah, shout out to sleep.
Hey, you know what? I want to give a shout out to the one listener coming from Germany.
Yes. Shout out to Germany.
Out in the SoundCloud area.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to the person from Germany.
Yeah, shout out to you that listens to us because, we're a bunch of guys that have a dope-ass podcast. And, we've got some things lined up for you tonight that'll be pretty interesting. We got my man Premium Pete all the way from New York coming on the show. And we're gonna call in and, get his perspective on things. And for those of you that don't know Premium Pete, he's a good guy, and positivity is his thing, and he's perfectly imperfect is what I like to say.
Yeah, as you would say, huh?
Yeah, perfectly imperfect, because none of us are perfect, but the guy promotes positivity, and he's always trying to put other people on and let them get their shine. So, he'll be joining us a little later.
Shout out to the Combat Jack show.
Shout out to Combat Jack. Shout out to Mr. Reggie Osei. Shout out to Premium Pete. Shout out to DJ Ben Hameen. Shout out to Matt Raz. Those are all the guys that create the Combat Jack show and helped us get our foot in the door with this podcast thing. And
it definitely, it inspired.
Yeah.
Outside looking in, like, okay,
absolutely.
These cats can do it.
We got this. We talk this shit daily. We do it daily, but episode 17, Blue Tigers Fitted, we got a lot of crazy stuff going on. But first and foremost, while we were taking that hiatus, my man Sherm here, I'm going back to Cali, Cali, like
California love.
Q Roger Troutman.
Yeah.
Like, Sherm, you out in Cali, man, while we're on this hiatus. You just decided to dip set like, this is the bye week. I'm going to catch y'all later. I'm going to get this ticket to Cali, and we're going to fly out.
You got to shoot moves, man.
Got to shoot moves, man. So tell us about this California trip, brother.
No, it's ironic y'all singing them songs because that's exactly what the fuck I had on my headphones and the tarmac. Like, yeah, all that shit.
Dr. Dre.
All that pro California shit. Yes. I was looking for the 3 W's of life out in California. It was cool though, man. 6-hour flight, it was worth it. I was out there for about a good 5 days.
Nice.
Got to see the good peoples, hang out. Northern Cal this time.
Word.
I'm not gonna lie, next time I'm gonna do SoCal, but
oh man,
if you've never been, it's really worth going. I know B lived there a long time in his life.
Word.
And man, it's just really nice, man. It's different getting out of Detroit, man, especially when it start getting cold around this motherfucker.
Yeah, because see, while we were here suffering in like 42-degree weather, this guy's out in like a sunny 82.
Yeah.
You know.
But you got like a different perspective of how thing works out there now.
I got to see mountains, bro. I got to see mountains and ocean and like seals just chilling at the dock. You don't see that shit in Detroit. You might see a crackhead chilling at the dock in Detroit. You damn sure not gonna see a seal.
See a crackhead out in
That's fair. That's fair. But
at least he's enjoying the weather out there and the sand and the beaches at the same time.
that's true because it's not really a fall. It's just like an extended summer. You know what I mean?
Like an extended spring. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Here.
Let's just be real.
But no, I had a real good time, man. The people are really is a different kind of vibe. You know, the roads are nice. It feels weird to ride.
Was there any potholes out there?
No.
Oh man.
No.
What is a life without potholes? People?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
The toll booth
that pays for the road
taxation without representation.
Fuck a toll booth too. Fuck a HOV lane too.
Yeah, HOV.
You know, they have a much better.
Hovey's home.
They have a much better public transportation out there than we do over here.
I heard it's still a dirty motherfucker out there in LA, but you went out in LA.
Come on, man. I'm in Detroit, bro.
Yeah.
You're not going.
Hey, but I heard. But see, you wasn't in LA. You passed through LA.
Yeah, I was in LAX, man,
for a hot minute. So you were like in LAX, like Biggie on the Puffy skit, like on.
That's
Reddit.
all that was going through my head too.
Right. Yo, LAX, word, Cali.
Like,
yeah. So you were on that type tip, you know, you had to run through. So hey, yo, shout out to Fresh Beats, bro. Shout out to Fresh, D Fresh.
Yeah, I got to build with the God down there. You know?
Yeah, you got to build with the God. D Fresh Beats is out there, just for y'all that don't know. As we like to say, the music that you hear every week, you know, shout out to my man D Fresh. He definitely laces us with the beats. We still waiting on that intro.
He's cooking up some shit.
He's cooking up some shit for us.
He got some shit for us.
But,
it's gonna be real nice. He's doing his thing though.
But the weather was dope, huh?
Yeah, the weather was real nice, man. Like, yeah, man. You know, wake up. It start off about about low 60s and shoot up to about low 80s. Like, yeah, it don't get no better than that. If you ask me. But my only gripe was everything. Like I brought up LAX. That's probably just airport food and me being a dumbass. But I'm like, yo, just spent I spent like $48, bro, on like a beer, a drink, and like a burger and fries. It was the most disappointing burger and fries I've ever had.
Why? And they taxed you for it.
I don't know, B.
Why?
I felt like balling that day.
You could have taken the bus to downtown LA.
Could have got a fat burger.
I wasn't leaving the motherfucking
You could have gone to
bro.
In-N-Out.
Oh, In-N-Out burger.
Maybe $11.
Maybe
$11 on In-N-Out, and it would have had much better food at In-N-Out than at LAX.
Oddly enough, I did have In-N-Out.
Word? Okay, so how'd you like it?
It was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was out there. Yeah, it was cool though.
That was fucking McDonald's number 2, 2 cheeseburger combo.
Bro, it's fast food.
Yeah,
But everything is
fresh.
It's fresh.
It's not like
crack. Yeah, it's not like McDonald's where everything is all I mean, they really, smash their patties up. Everything's all. They use real potatoes.
Shakes is real strawberries and the whole nine.
That's why everyone loves it because everything is legit.
Fresh,
yeah. It's a bunch of Mexicans in there too. Shout out to all of my Boricuas out there at the In-N-Out.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, it was. I was more impressed to see that it was more Asian. It was like more minority. Like it wasn't a majority white people.
Yeah,
which is crazy to me because anytime you go somewhere, right. It all depends on where you are, I guess, right, B?
You were in Beverly Hills. Let's be real here.
But no, it was mostly Asian folk and Latin people. That was cool. It was a good vibe. I hung out with some bars, good friends, good people. Got to drink.
Nice.
I had a great time, man. I mean, I'm gonna go back again. That's for certain. I can't even complain about
Northern Cali. You can do SoCal this time.
I really want to do LA. LA just looks inviting. Like it's probably nothing but bullshit.
LA it couldn't be inviting.
No, it probably ain't. But I just feel like it is.
To live and die in LA.
No, it is. It's inviting depending on where you go to.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to like Orange County.
Just don't go to Compton.
Nah, I mean, like
Compton's actually not that bad either.
Oh, right. Rose grass, nigga.
Nah. I mean, from an inviting standpoint of just like, hey, it's LA. You got to come fuck with LA. Like right now, I'm feeling like I'd rather go fuck with LA than I'd rather go fuck with New York.
Oh, absolutely. Shout out to my people in NY.
Yeah, shout out to New York.
Shout out to everybody.
No, that's not to say I'm not gonna fuck with New York.
Yeah. But at this point in time,
LA is kind of higher on the list. Like, okay, I'd rather go fuck with the Shy right now because if I want that cold ass
all day, that city of wind,
because it gets cold as a motherfucker.
It does get
Chicago.
brisk, especially around this time of year. It's like, Lord have mercy. I agree, but it's nothing like Chicago.
Love Chicago though.
Love Chicago. That's a hop, skip, and a jump from D-Town, just so y'all know. It's technically a 5-hour drive, but if you roll with your mans, I can get you there 3.5, 4 hours. Take a couple routes that
man, you
ain't
better
got to pay
not
no
take
toll.
5 hours, bro. That's all
Listen
I got to say.
We ain't got to take no toll rolls where I go, just so y'all know. But Halloween came and gone. I'm not really a big Halloween guy.
Me neither.
At all. Like the days of trick or treating were cool, and we were the young boys back in the day. You went around the neighborhood. If you were a scumbag, you fucking, you switched costumes up, or you changed the mask, or you took a mask off, and you had a hoodie and and got your Linus from the Peanuts
right,
on. And
just give me the pillow sack.
Yeah, grab your pillow sack, pause. But you went out and you got this second round of candy. But Halloween passed, man. And there was some crazy costumes. Like obviously, social media is out there, so you have Instagram and you have Snapchat. People were going ham with costumes, like. The one I showed you guys before, like the one that I found really funny was my man, like the corny ass black dude in a Netflix shirt, like a red shirt with the bag of ice, talking about Netflix and chill. That kind of started it off, but then
that's original though,
Yeah, it's original, but then you start seeing, I think the funniest one, like costume of the year for Halloween costumes, I think has to go to old boy. Drizzy Drake and Future dropped the album, as you know, mixtape. We talked about it. And it's a song on there that's called "Fuck Your Bitch" with Gucci flip flops. My man had like a Gucci fucking flip flop like outfit on. He just had the flip flop. Right. So if you don't know, that's what that was. I thought that was like one of the dopest ones I saw.
Ironically enough, that album is in my car right now. That's
see,
track number 1.
Yeah, see,
I just fucked your bitch in some Gucci flip flops. That is actually a song. Yes.
It's actually a song.
Yeah.
No meaning whatsoever, but it's actually a song, and someone dressed up as a flip flop. One gigantic flip flop.
One gigantic.
And it said Gucci on
it. There was a costume or a couple. So. I thought it was way too soon for it, but this was an actual couple. So the woman is dressed as a younger female of sorts, holding a teddy bear, and the male is dressed as Jared. And he won a costume contest.
You saw this live in person, B?
No, I'm looking at it right now.
On the internet.
I will.
And that just.
I'll drop an image.
Okay, please, we have to drop it for the people. You got to definitely save that. It's funny you mentioned that. That just made me think of a costume. So, black dude, white chick. Black dude was in a smock. Okay, and he had an straight up NBA. It wasn't even no team. It was an NBA headband on,
right,
with like a black eye, with some blood, fake blood and shit dripping from his mouth. And then the white girl had like the glasses on, the big hair, and the tits pushed up, looking like Khloe Kardashian. Talking about Lamar Odom and Khloe. Like I was just like, oh boy, that was kind of racy. And I mean, it's funny. Don't get me wrong.
But,
it's funny, but like, damn, like, yo, is that some sneak dish shit on the low? Like,
yeah,
like I always wondered, like, is that some sneak dish?
I usually feel like Halloween might unleash your inner races. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, word up.
Like my situation, it wasn't Halloween night. It was the night before. Actually, Devil's Night in Detroit, as they call it. So I'm out just getting something to eat, man, and fucking some guy and this girl come in, right? Clearly an older middle-aged white guy, couple, but they're dressed as Jay-Z and Beyonce. Like for real, and it's not like just a white guy asked Jay-Z, but he's got like full-fledged makeup on.
Yo, so he's got blackface on?
He's got blackface on. He's walking in public, bro.
Yo.
Yeah,
yo.
But listen, he looked like a
what side of town were you on?
I was in Farmington Hills.
Oh yeah, you on the wrong side of town.
Yeah, it was like everybody's taking pictures with this guy. And I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, man, everything is wrong with this right now.
Everything is totally wrong.
Like he looked like, with the killer part, he didn't look like a black guy. He looked like a bad Italian guy. Like his makeup was real fucking bad.
Shout out to Paul Mooney. Everybody want to be a nigga, but don't nobody want to be.
Yeah, he looked like a Jersey Shore knockoff. But
wow,
it took me me a minute.
knockout.
Yeah, exactly. It took me a minute to figure it out, but he had like a Yankees hat. He had a shirt that said Rock Nation. He had like a fucking like a bandana on his leg for some reason. I'm like, what?
How is that thuggy?
Who's thugging like that? This isn't 2002. When did he last envision a thug? You know what I'm saying?
Clearly, he's from the hills, and that's like the suburbs of Detroit.
But he's from the hills. But I was just highly disappointed.
No, man, blackface. I probably might have. I would have stepped in and said something.
I was contemplating it. Like,
I
felt more morally inclined. Like,
so wait, his chick, was it a white chick?
Yeah, she was dressed like Beyonce,
huh?
quote unquote.
Was she even cold?
No.
Did she blackface as well?
She had the little, I'm not going to say Snooki and JWoww, but she also had brown makeup, quote unquote.
Brown makeup.
Like to bronzer or something. I'm like,
yeah,
and I'm sitting there
like,
racy,
man. That's a little.
They look like I wouldn't call it like blackface where you got the black face and the white lips.
They look like red lips.
Yeah, red lips. Okay, yeah. It was just real bad makeup. But the fact that I knew that these were white people trying to dress like black people. But they went so far to put on makeup. I was thrown. I was like, "Yo, this feels wrong."
Yeah.
Of course, it feels wrong. You should have walked up to them and pointed out that's racist and kept on walking.
Yeah, I kind of felt like that too. As they're doing 50 fucking selfies right in front of me, I'm like, they got the one black guy in the background photobombing that shit, eyes down, like, Like I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know about that at all.
I feel you. It's almost like when you have like someone dressed up as a ninja and have like the straw hat or whatnot,
right.
And then here I am going, like looking at them all like cockeyed,
side eyeing them, yeah. Like really, you're just gonna wear that in front of me, huh? Yeah.
Actually, that's something similar did happen to that. I was at a beer festival out in San Diego, and me and my friends we were walking around trying out different beers and all that good stuff. And then I see two guys, and they had the Asian straw hats on.
Really?
And so I looked over to my brother, and I'm like, "Hey, check this out." So I walked up to them, and I go, "Hey, that's racist." and they right away they started trying to defend themselves. They're like, "Oh no, we didn't mean it this way."
Wait, so when you say the straw hat, we're talking about like the Lord Raiden, like
the Lord Raiden, the pictures that you see, people picking up rice at rice paddies,
like
that. So
Lord Raiden.
I walk up to them and say that's racist, and they start trying to defend themselves and all that stuff. Right?
No way, bro.
No way. We didn't mean it that way. We didn't mean it that way.
Yeah.
And then like I let them do it for like a couple of minutes. I'm like, dude, I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And then we just kicked it with them and whatnot.
You should have dressed in some Jed Clampton type shit, like in some overalls and like.
I don't know if you can, like, no offense, but I don't know if you can offend a white person. Man. They laugh at everything, like, ha ha ha, that's funny.
Yeah.
You're dressed like Jeb Bush. Ha ha.
Unless you start making fun of their, certain politicians or whatnot, then they all.
No, it's like Dave Chappelle said. You start looking in their grocery cart, in their shopping cart. They don't want you to look to see what they're eating. Hold on, nigga, get away from my cart. like they don't want shout out to Dave Chappelle. They don't want you looking at what they're buying at the grocery store, man. All you got to do to offend a white person is go up to the grocery cart and see what they're eating.
I don't know, man.
They don't want you to. They don't want you to see what's in it.
Fucking white people got me eating quinoa, whatever the fuck it's called. That shit is good.
Something about sambuke, Yeah.
But I am looking at another picture right now where someone dressed up as a lady.
Wait, is this a woman dressed up as another woman?
Is it Bruce Jenner? Those have been
no.
That got the woman,
I know
the ward or whatever.
So let me continue on.
Okay.
With the description.
Do it.
So ladies all fancy dressed up, and she's holding a cocktail in her hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Behind, what's attached behind, is Bill Cosby. Holding her up and pouring some pills into her drink.
See,
you see the pudding bob.
I've never been raised on Halloween, bro. My mom was not having that shit.
No, Mom's Duke was not having it.
So that shit was never big.
That shit was like
family,
Satan's
man.
holiday.
Yeah, it's exactly what it was. Especially if you had like Devil's Night, shout out to Detroit, Devil's Night. it was the dumbest shit possible. Motherfuckers just burned up houses.
Burned up houses, like spray painting shit.
Yeah, just
you know,
just anarchy, bro.
Yeah, it was anarchy the night before Halloween. Like, who created that shit? It's probably white guy that created
that was
that
some
shit.
80s shit, some 80s crack fiend shit. Like, yeah,
It's Devil's Night, and Eminem rapped about that shit on D12's album.
Actually, they just put out a Devil's Night remix album. I gotta go and cop and listen.
Wait, D12 did?
Yeah. There's no Eminem on it, but it's just a D12 album.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that sounds pretty interesting.
Right. Ironically enough, I
Yeah.
found that out today this morning. Like, oh, check that out.
Yeah, no kidding, man. But yeah, it's weird, man. Halloween, you know, y'all take it too crazy, man. I don't know.
So you saying you didn't dress up this year, Teek?
Hell, fuck no.
Well, I went to a Halloween costume party, so
It's a freak party.
Where'd you go as, B? What'd you
as
go
my
as?
my Grand Theft Auto online character. So we
Who is that? Like, so you dressed up like Carl Johnson?
Yeah,
No.
Carl Johnson.
actually, so our gang in Grand Theft Auto 5 online, we call ourselves the White Suit Wookiees. So
White suit Wookiees.
so all the characters that's inside that gang has to wear a white suit.
Oh, you had on all white at this
I
party?
had I found a jacket with the white suits with the black trimmings on the side, around the neck, pants and all that stuff online and all that.
They
stuff.
were white?
Yeah.
I can't wear all white, bro.
I can't wear all white either.
If I fart wrong,
Teek,
all
you
white.
might blend into the fucking sun. And
You
shit
know how to
if
like
you're
the
all
you know
white.
how the little blue dudes and
Man,
shit.
you would
blended?
bounce off if you wore all white considering how dark you are.
Oh yeah, it's gonna look
yeah.
crazy on me. I'm
You
gonna look
look
like the
cookies and
popcorn
cream
man.
ass, Oreo ass dude. You know, like, yo, is Joel an Oreo? Is he a double stuffed Oreo? yeah, exactly.
Hey, that's actually a good idea for a costume next year.
There was the
Shit.
four of us.
That makes it
the four
easy.
of us that dressed up in all white suits
Uh-huh.
and all that stuff from our Grand Theft Auto characters and all that good stuff. So, so we dressed up as that, and everyone loved it because my character also wears a brim hat as well, all black hat that has LS on there for Los Santos.
Los Santos.
So I actually went to Lids and got it made. The
Get the hell
LS.
outta
I'm not joking. I have the hat at home right now.
B, that's dedication. That's what I don't get about Halloween. Dedication. Like, that's too much fucking dedication for one night of partying.
This was planned like weeks in advance.
See,
Wow.
exactly.
Wow.
That's not how I roll.
Yeah.
Just for the record. Sherm does not roll that way.
Sherm does not roll that
Sherm
way.
doesn't roll that way.
Yeah, it's but
The only
okay.
effort I do is give out black cards.
Black card, yeah, with my number and my name on it. Sherm, call me. You want to know about it? Call me, girl.
Hey, well.
But speaking about costumes, right? So, B, you had an opportunity to go not to a Comic Con, but a YumaCon.
Yes.
So, explain to the listeners what the heck is YumaCon.
So YumaCon is not like your typical Comic Con where they talk about like comic books
And we say con short for convention.
Yeah,
Just so
yeah,
people that ignorant motherfuckers out there don't know, it's con for convention, short for convention.
Well,
But
so let me ask, where was it first?
This was at Cobo Hall and the Rensen.
Okay.
So
and the Rensen, huh?
and the Rensen. So
Wow.
they had two different things going on. It's mostly a celebration of anime and Japanese culture at the same time.
Okay.
So they had voice actors coming in talking about different panels and all that stuff.
Word.
You had all these different vendors coming in trying to sell stuff, like all different stuff that you don't normally see
Okay.
in stores and whatnot.
You pick up anything exclusive? Because I feel like, a part of me at
I
one
had
point.
a budget, and
Oh, yeah.
He was balling on the budget.
and like getting one item would have put that
Yeah.
way over budget.
One item.
One item.
Can't even get a poster, huh? Like, damn.
No,
Can I
I
get
see.
a
I don't really
Yumacon
put a poster.
Sharpie?
Last time I had a poster was like back in 1994.
Hey, now that you grown, B, you gotta put them in the glass. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's-
Sir
Yo, when
Mix-a-Lot
you said that,
used
Sir
to say.
Mix-a-Lot, put him
No,
on the
see,
glass.
yeah.
Exactly what I just thought about when you said that.
No, because
Put him on the
if I'm
glass.
gonna put something on the wall, I'm gonna get like a wall scroll or something like that. But
Yeah, right. Why not? Shit, you down there? Was it a good turnout? Lot
oh
of,
yeah,
lot of folk.
there was a good turnout. It's like a 4-day event.
Wow.
Really?
And, you have all these anime fans and video game fans down there.
So like you talking like all the Halo people, all the.
I no, this is more like
What does Yumicon stand like? The Yumicon. What?
That's like Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
and shit.
exactly.
You know
What
I'm
like?
saying?
But Yumi stands for like what though? Like Yumicon stands for what in the convention?
Come on, bro, don't look my way.
Yeah, I'm just.
I think I don't know the full meaning of it.
You gotta understand what Yumicon means. What the fuck does Yumicon mean? I know what Comic-Con means. Comics
But this
convention.
is
But he said it's like anime, so anime is more dictated to the television and animated
it's
show.
like Yu-Gi-Oh, like Yu-Gi-Oh, and
but Yuma means like demon or ghost.
oh shit, that's
So
just Illuminati shit. Illuminati convention.
But it's mainly an anime convention.
Okay,
really.
so Yumi-Con. Okay,
What are you
I'm
into,
thinking Umi.
B? Like-
I'm thinking Umi like most deaf say. My Umi says.
Mommy,
my
mama?
mommy.
Yeah.
my mommy says. Like,
Mama Khan, nah,
Mama
it wasn't. It wasn't that. But like, B, what are you checking out for these days? What'd you go down there for?
you checking out the
specifically?
Yumicon girls
I would
the
think
cosplayers?
so. I would
and,
think
and
so.
the Chung Li outfits.
Would
Actually,
you?
I did not see a single Chung-Li.
No Chun-Li?
What's up? Because we're not in Cali, that's why.
Yeah, you see a lot of Chun-Li's. in
There's no
Cali.
Chung Li's in here.
That sounds racist as fuck.
It's
That's
some,
racist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's racist. That's
Sorry.
racist. It's some Ming Li's up in this motherfucker, but
Ming
ain't no Chung Li's up in here.
But
No,
so,
yeah. I think nowadays with the cosplayers, they're trying to be like one of the first ones to display characters that's like current shows,
Okay.
popular shows that's out now.
Okay.
Not just in Japan, but here in the States as well. Like there's a show called Steven Universe.
Okay.
So there's a lot of cosplayers from that.
Oh, girl with the star on her
Yeah.
eyeball. Yeah, my nephew watches that all the time. Yeah.
Word up, man.
Yeah,
that's
one-
crazy.
It's
I've never
actually-
seen that.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, Steven Universe is actually a pretty deep.
Is Steven, how is this a white show? Steven
Nah, it's like
Universe?
a Cartoon Network show.
Where does Steven come into play? Steven Universe?
He is a dorky little white kid though, but he's got like 4 superpowered aunties or some bullshit.
Is it
Look-
like Johnny
look,
Bravo?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's
I'm
for
Johnny
kids,
Bravo.
man. It's for kids, man.
But the
Steven
story is,
Universe?
but the story is really deep.
It's
though.
dope.
Yeah.
But it's got like Chinese girls in it or Asian girls in it.
No, it's one soul power black girl in there, sister girl. and
Steven
shit,
Universe?
with a big old
Yeah,
afro.
so-
Is Steven Universe the white guy though?
Steven's like
Steven's
a
like
dumb
a little
kid.
boy.
Yeah,
He's like a
But is he white?
Yeah.
right. He's a little
but
white
he's a-
kid.
but he's
but-
a-
With
but he- but
blonde
he's a
hair
mix-
and blue eyes.
But
no, brown fat kid.
Yeah.
you know,
He's a fat kid?
Yeah.
Anti-hero.
Oh, he's anti.
yeah.
he's like a short, stubby, fat
right.
kid.
Loser
like-
kid.
he's
you know,
like the guy in,
quote unquote
he's more of a-
loser.
He's more of a nerdy kid, really.
Right.
Really?
But he goes around and people know who he is
So
and stuff like
he's
that.
more like the Chum Lee of the game.
The Chum-Li,
Yeah, you remember Chum Lee from what the fuck is that show?
the fucking
What is it? No, not Street Fighter, motherfucker.
the fucking
The
Pawn
Vegas-
show.
The Pawn
Oh
Stars.
my god.
Yeah, the Chum Lee, the fat guy.
Yeah, the lovable loser. you
Lovable
know,
loser.
The Chicago Cubs status. you know. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Steven Universe.
So
I
yeah,
got
yeah,
you.
it's not bad.
but Garnett is the
Garnett, Kevin.
no.
Oh.
She's
No black
she's,
folks in
she's
this?
no, she's the
That's the black girl.
yes, the black girl.
Oh,
Okay.
so black girl is named Garnett.
Speaking of which, did you see a lot of black folks at this?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Were they
Yeah.
dressed as white people?
No, no, they dressed up as their own, dressed up as different characters as well and whatnot. And
They didn't have blackface on, did they?
no,
How many Afro samurais did you see?
Yeah, Afro Samurai.
none actually.
Really?
And that's a
That
trip.
seems like the easy one. Like, yo, black guy.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of black folks there, a lot of white folks there.
Was there any Indian people in the audience?
I have no idea.
No idea. There was no smell of curry anywhere in the
Wow.
convention.
You
Probably
said
on a
it.
Friday night.
You said it, not me. Y'all said it, not
Y'all.
me. Yeah.
But no, I had a good time. There was a lot of merchandise that I really wanted, but I
Yeah.
was on a budget.
Yeah, man,
and
you
whatnot,
bought on
so-
the budget, man. And all that, it's the taxation at these shows because they know these people are going to come out here. It's an opportunity for these people to make money. And half the shit isn't even worth what they're charging for it. But
they're also going around to different businesses around and
Right.
trying out foods like I went to American Coney, Lafayette Coney.
oh, okay. Now here's a big thing:
Uh huh.
Lafayette or American, who has the better coney?
Are you asking me this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the hot dog from Lafayette.
Okay.
I like the chili in American.
Word. And see, you know
Well,
what?
the chili makes the hot dog.
The chili
so-
makes the hot dog.
The chili does
so-
make the hot dog, but I like the crispiness of the
Oh,
hot
the
dog from Lafayette.
Lafayette. And see, I'm always a Lafayette kind of guy. I can't roll with the American.
I ain't mad
But
at
I,
it.
no,
I ain't mad at it.
but I like the chili in American. Though.
Just so if you folks are listening in, there is a Coney Island. So again, we get down with the hot dog and the chili on the dog and the onions and the mustard.
Yep.
There are literally two places, you know, we talking Drake back to back, Lafayette and
literally,
American Coney,
yeah,
literally
back to
like
back, yeah.
right next to one another. And the great debate, which will probably go on forever, in my opinion, is if Lafayette Coney Island is better than American Coney Island. And like B
But
just
even-
said, they specialize in certain shit. Like the Coney taste or the chili tastes different at, you know,
American.
but
the
the
hot
dog
dog is-
plays different at Lafayette.
Yeah.
You know, so it's up in the air. But I personally always ran with Lafayette. I mean, I'm anti-American, but anti-American. I guess that's like that. I guess that's the state in me. That's the Michigan state in me.
Yeah.
Not wanting to go with the Michigan in the American Coney, but I don't know. That's just me. But
I'm gonna let y'all eat Coney dogs first and foremost. Them
You
shits-
don't roll with the Coney dog
Nah,
chiller?
man, I really don't roll with
the hell
Coney
do you
dogs,
roll
yeah,
bro.
what is it? Yeah, what
I'm a
does he
chili
go?
cheese fry guy.
Chili
That's me.
cheese fry ass Sherm.
I feel like you know that's a staple in
I can
Detroit
roll
too.
with chili cheese curly fries.
Curly chili cheese.
Oh yeah,
High
I got
five
it.
for
You-
that
you
one. Curly
fuckers.
chili. You know why? Curly chili cheese fries don't get super fucking soggy, and they keep the crisp and the chili cheese aspect of the curly.
They absolutely get curly. I mean, they get soggy, but
No,
you know,
no, not like the
not
regular
as bad
ass
as
chili
regular fries.
cheese
Not
fries.
as
If
bad
you-
as regular
yeah, if you get
Because
the regular
get
fries,
soggy
dude,
real
you get
fast.
like potato. You get like mashed potatoes and like chili cheese.
random fact: when I was out in Cali, like garlic fries were the name of the day. Like
Yeah, isn't that what is that shit that they
What is
call
that?
that they put it's the Canadians do that shit. They
put mayo on their fries.
Hey.
Nah, that's Swedish.
poutine fries.
poutine
Poutine.
poutine
Poutine fries.
yeah poutine.
What the fuck is poutine?
I don't know. You Canadians
It's
are weird.
fries with gravy on top.
What gravy?
Gravy
Ugh.
and cottage cheese on
That
top.
sounds like the doo doo blues is what that
Yeah.
sounds like to be honest.
Gravy, cottage cheese,
Ooh,
fries.
or your
Yeah,
fries.
no,
Ooh,
no.
poutine my ass.
Just give me some good old chili cheese fries from El George's
But
Coney
but
Island.
no
You
but
know
no
what?
sliced cheese. We're talking
Hell
about
nah,
cheese
you know.
whiz.
Yeah, I gotta have cheese whiz.
Yeah,
myself.
yeah. We got you got to melt that cheese.
You know
But
what
they're kidding.
you know what order of fries I really miss?
What's that?
Carne asada fries down in San Diego.
Carne asada. That sounds like
I
a
would get in
throwback from
trouble.
Chili's
So
1995.
you have
Yeah.
like refried baked beans on the bottom, and then you have the with fries.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, yeah, fries.
Yep.
Mixed in with carne asada,
Uh-huh.
steak,
Uh-huh.
and then mixed with guacamole and sour cream on
It's
top.
a meal in itself.
It's a $7. You get a nice little plate
for the lows.
for it's amazing.
For
and
the
I
lows.
miss it. It's literally like a 2-day meal for me.
Yeah.
I'll eat like half, I'll eat half of it, and that's like my calorie intake for the day.
Yeah, right.
for the lows.
Yeah.
But look, we're gonna come back. We got Premium Pete hitting up the line right now. He's coming on the phone. Definitely make sure y'all stay tuned in to that. Premium Pete all the way from New York. Blue Tigers Fitted. This is Blue Tigers Fitted. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. But next up, Premium Pete. And he's gonna drop that shit, talk that talk. So Blue Tigers Fitted, BlueTigersFitted.com. We'll be right back. Blue Tigers Fitted, BlueTigersFitted.com. So I got a special guest on the phone right now with us, and he's calling all the way from the NY. And let me just introduce this man to you, and I'm gonna take it back for a little bit. We're talking premium laces. We're talking Combat Jack co-host. We're talking SneakerTube.tv. We're talking YouGottaEatThis.com. We're hashtagging presence over presence. Internet's celebrity. We're going dad. We're going hustler, and of course he's a New York native. Renaissance man and overall a good dude. My mentor, Mr. Premium Pete. Clap it up for Premium Pete.
Cheer, cheer.
Cheer, cheer.
Good evening, folks. Good evening. Thanks for having me.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the show, brother.
What up, though, Pete?
What up, though?
Oh, man. Thanks for having me, man. Like, I listened to a couple episodes of Blue Tigers Fitted. At first, I was asking Teek, I'm like, what's a Blue Tigers Fitted? And I was like, oh, okay, shit. I get it. Blue Tigers Fitted. You know?
Yeah.
Shout out to Detroit, all my Detroit players.
Already, Pete.
Yeah, that's what's up, Pete.
Yeah, man. So you've been on the Periscope app like crazy lately. What's up? Tell us a little bit about Periscope, man. It's like you living life through Periscope right now, letting the folks see you through the lens.
Well, I think it's funny because I feel like having another social media outlet is like needing a hole in your head. You know what I mean? Because it's like there's way too many. You know, people are like, you on Snapchat, you on this, you on Tinder. I don't do all that. So it's like when you have all these type of things, it's hard to keep up. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like I only want to do a certain amount of social media. But with Periscope, I think it's a great platform for a brand or a person who is a brand to really connect with the people that fuck with them. Really connect with the people that and give them a broader look of like what you're doing and stuff like that. And some of the stuff that I have done in life, have drawn a lot of people to me. So I feel like I like to bring some people in and see what I'm doing because I wasn't always given that opportunity in life. So when you're down and out and you've been on the other side of life, I feel like you give people some inspiration, regardless. Even and when I say that, not meaning like I'm sitting in a yacht, crabbing lobster. No, that's not it. I'm saying you can give inspiration. Like I always tell people, you could help people without being rich. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
You could give back without being rich. Some people think like, nah, you got to give back. Giving back doesn't mean only being rich. So I think it means giving back and inspiring people or teaching people or just lending a helping hand.
Word. So what I want to talk about too, Pete, I mean, I got you on the show and, there's for the folks out there that don't know, about you. I mean, I said co-host of the Combat Jack show. And for me personally, that, Combat Jack and just you and just the way that the show is structured overall, like that was a huge inspiration for us to start a Blue Tigers Fitted podcast. So, definitely big ups to you and Mr. Reggie Osei for Combat Jack. But talk about how you got started with their podcast and how that came about.
Well, I usually make a joke on this sense. I always say, like, when people say, Dan, how'd you get on the Combat Jack show? And I'm like, well, I was an exchange student from Italy. But really, like that really wasn't what it was, Like, it was my dear friend, Dallas Penn, who I've known for so many years.
Shout out to DP.
Most definitely. He was like just a supporter of me, and supporter of what I was doing. And, he was like, oh, you should come on the show and talk about it. So this was early on. I think it was like maybe their first month. Combat Jack show was 5 years in existence.
Wow.
And I came on about, I would say, about a month and a half into that,
That's dope, Pete.
And, I just came on as a guest and, just Reggie didn't really know me and we really didn't even get along that well because, he was like esteemed entertainment lawyer who did journalism and now doing a podcast, which at the time was an online radio show that was turned into a podcast. And, it was live. It was live at the time. So people used to listen live on their phones and stuff or catch that's how we started to go into the podcast era, like where you could catch it later on. Word. But I just came on, like I said, just really talking with Dallas and really understanding like what I was doing at the time. And I just loved what I saw. And and I don't know how, but it just, Dallas was like, come back next week. And we just hung out and, we would drink, I'll bring some snacks and we drink some beers and hang out. Hip hop would be in the building. Whether that be MOP came through, or we would have Lil C's, or we'd have like John Connor or Torre, or White and Black Torre. Yeah, most definitely. So we would have all these different people, and I was like, this shit is dope. We have like Dreads from Black Sheep come through Jerobi, and this is early on. Jonathan Manning, and just different people. And I was like, yo, I believed in this shit. Like, I was like, I think, like, the whole crew that was there at the time, because keep in mind, too, there's a big crew that started to be formed with the Combat Jack show. People like Dallas Penn, people like DJ Ben Hameen, Matt Raz, Just Blaze was a co-host at one point in time, you know. So there was a lot of people. But anyway, like I said, I just got addicted to seeing something that was so special, something that I love, and just hearing the back end stories and hearing like the way shit happened was just really intriguing, you know.
Word.
So it never really felt like, you know, work or nothing. It just, this was some blessed type of shit, and it was fortunate to get really big, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, they always say, like, if you do something you love, you know, you'll never work a day in your life, you know. I think that was something you were forming on at that time. Like, you know, now looking back at it, it's work, but it's beautiful to be able to do it. But it's definitely work, you know, and because, you know, you got to prepare for this stuff, and you got to be better than last week. And, you know, even though doing a podcast once a week, and this is for anybody who does podcasts out there, you know, doing a podcast once a week seems like something that isn't that hard. Oh, it is. It's tough, man.
It is.
You know, like to release an episode every week consistently, because let me tell you something. If you want to succeed in podcasting, you got to be consistent. And then on top of consistent, you got to be good. You know, so, you know, and then you're forced with having to be better than the week before. So, you know, it's a beautiful thing, and it feels great to do something you love and really, like, passionate about, because we all love music. We all love hip-hop. Right. You know, we all have opinions, and we all want to hear, you know, some of these stories of some of our beloved, you know, rap superstars or rap heroes, you know. And I think just having the chance to be able to do that, like, I feel like Combat Jack Show is a show that documents hip-hop culture. I feel like it documents, like, all these people and artists into an incubator.
Word.
So if you ever want to go to the library of hip-hop, you can find them. You know, you want to find out about this particular artist, then, you know, here you go. If you don't, then find somebody else that you fuck with.
Word. Speaking about successes, man, and doing things that you love, sneakertube.tv and yougottaeatthis.com. So sneakertube.tv, I know, you know, was your baby. You know, it's been created, and it's pretty much a media hub or video hub for people all around the world to upload videos of sneakers or reviews of sneakers or what they're wearing today with sneakers. And, you know, I remember when I heard about it and collectively heard it was an amazing thing. Like Pete had put it out on the internet that, yo, if you want to become a writer or a blogger for the site, you know, shoot us a quick, you know, write-up of a shoe, and, you know, we'll go and do this process and, you know, determine who, you know, will be accepted for the site. And I hopped right on it.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's right up your alley.
I was right up my alley. I saw the tweet, and this was prior to me, you know, meeting Pete, because the first time I met Premium Pete was down in the most boringest city ever, Cincinnati, Ohio. And and we were down there, you know, shout out to Matt at corporate, but we were down at one of the events. I think it was like either CCS or Cleveland Got Soul. I think it was CCS, but we were down there, and I bumped into Premium Pete, man, and this guy's like 5'8", 5'9" guy, you know, tattoos, and he's holding a beer, you know, and you tell he's definitely a New York cat, you know, he's talking that shit, you know, and I'm like, yo, this is Premium Pete, this is the guy I know off the internet, like, he's right here. I was like, he's another guy just like me. And it's funny because I think we're in Matt's shop from corporate, and it was funny because I had El Cappy down there, shout out to Cappy Customs, but I had El Cappy with me, and I think my brother was with me, and one of the cats in the store was talking about the South Beach 6, saying how his homeboy did the shoe and blah, 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 blah. Right, and it's funny because the guy that was talking out of the side of his neck, I had the guy that originated the South Beach 6 right with me from Detroit. And Pete and I kicked it from there, man. And, you know, from there, it took off, man. And, you know, he's been a huge inspirational dude. But with that said, I want to talk about sneakertube.tv. Like, how and why did you think to create sneakertube.tv?
Yeah, well, first of all, let me just say thank you for that. But also, you know, I'm 5'10". I know 5'8".
Yeah.
5'10". So don't try to short me.
Right. No pun intended.
But one thing I really enjoy is hearing you talk like that, because that's exactly how it was made off of people, of wanting to really, like, so when I made Sneaker Tube, I just felt like it was like a chance to bring people together, like a community, you know. My ideas of it were exactly that, and I think that was succeeded in the first year or two. I think it was where just bringing people together. I mean, early on, I remember people meeting together, having relationships together because of that. Like, chatting. We had a live chat, or we had you had your own, mail on there, and there was people who had hit me and told me that they had got married. Like, and I was like, wow, that's pretty dope, because I built that off of passion of just like wanting people to have an extra outlet from YouTube with YouTube, like, because you could bring over YouTube videos, but people be like, yo, look, because I felt like when I used to search for sneaker videos, I found them fascinating. Like, I found reviews, and I've always been of the culture in sneakers, and loving people and getting together and just talking about sneakers, and just collecting and just being a hoarder in general. That's just my style, but. I love that it would give people opportunity to get some extra eyeballs on their videos and really just like have a segregated place for this, like have a niche community. So, really just create that. And I think that, that was something that was really, passionate to me, and so many people seen that. And, like I said, this day and age, there's so much stuff out there and there's so many competitive sites, but I'm glad to say, like, a lot of what, the people who have helped, build Sneaker Tube along with me, and, that it's not like that. I felt it was just, like, something for the culture, It felt like it was just, like, something that, like, was bigger than sneakers. And I think that really proved that, because I was able to travel around and move around and meet people like Teek, who had that passion also,
Word. I mean, and that's, it's one thing I noticed about you, Pete. You're not a selfish guy, man. You put others, ahead of you. Like, you always want to see other people shine, and that's one of the great things that I've noticed is that you want everybody to eat. It's just not about you capitalizing off something. There are other sites and there are other people out there that are, want you to get by, just not by them, kind of thing. And that was one of the things I noticed. And really took to is that you definitely want to put people on, and speaking of which, like you and Bun B created you gotta eat this.com. I know you're a huge Nabisco Oreo kind of cat. When I say Oreo, I ain't talking he's Oreo kind of black and white kind of Oreo guy, but literally like the dude likes Oreo Nabisco cookies. I mean, we talking lemon, we talking cookies and cream, we talking
not fruit punch. I'm not fucking with
fucking with no fruit punch. Yeah, no fruit punch. But talk about you gotta eat this.com and how you linked up with Bun B, man.
Yeah, so it's amazing how whenever I have these type of interviews, the segue is just exactly the segue. And what I mean by that is, like, I go and tell you, like, yo, here is the real point of it. Like, sneakers have formed so many things. Just like maybe somebody who is a soccer fan and plays soccer at park and met some people, and next thing you know, he opened up a burger shop. Who knows? I don't know.
Right.
All I know is that, like, my community, the love I gave to it has given it back to me. And sneakers and hip-hop and food always go hand in hand. So many people, I think, forget that shit.
Word.
Like, the way we dress. The way we dressed growing up in New York City when we grew up in the 1990s or earlier, like, the way we dressed and the way we spoke and the way we talked, like, that was hip-hop, To me, hip-hop is, like, I mean, I don't know if you have to bleep this out, or you guys,
No, go for it. Go for it.
No, but I'm saying, like, we used to say, like, in World Star Hip-Hop, like, okay, there's some things that are hip-hop on there, but hip-hop's not getting a blowjob in the back of a car. Hip-hop is not, hip-hop, but hip-hop is sneakers. Hip-hop is clothes, that type of look. And, I never forget, we had an opportunity to sit down with Cool Herc.
Okay.
And, and it was an honor for me, man. And, like, the honor for me was I was able to pick him up at his house. And I went to his house. And
crazy.
And I had to go knock on the door, and he's upstairs cooking porgy. And, and he asked me if I want any, and, came down, and we went back to the studio, and we sat down with Blue Herp. But the point I bring up that story is he came outside, and he had on black Timbs, and he had on camo pants, and a camo shirt, and a camo jacket, and a camo hat. And, like, this motherfucker was so camoed out, man. Like, he probably had the box cutter in his fucking pocket, you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, yo, when you look at somebody like that, and you look at like Cool Herc, I was like, yo, that's fucking hip hop right there.
Word.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't even have to hear him like, you know, Cool Herc ain't somebody that spit or have bars like that, or you know what I mean. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that everything goes hand in hand, and you know, like the love that I met with people just, you know, because of sneakers came from Bow. So me and Bum met through sneakers, and we just created a friendship, like the friendship that I have with you, Teek, or the friendship that I have with Kadoma, who runs the H-Town Sneaker Center, or friendship I have with Dallas Penn that brought me on the Combat Jack show. You know, my network became like my network, and that ain't even about money, because money wasn't even the, like, I feel like, you know, it took me a long time to understand success because of not making big money. You know, like, you know, just like being a freelancer or being an entrepreneur, I feel like growing up, I always thought that was a rich person. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that, you know, being an entrepreneur meant that, you know, there will be struggles, and there'll be times where, you know, you ain't making a lot of money. You're creating things, and, you know, you hand at things. So me and Bone, like I said, we love sneakers. We kicked it, you know, big beef in the South, you know, and I'm from, you know, I'm Italian from fucking Brooklyn, and we just had like this awesome connection where it was like everywhere we went, we had to tell each other, like, yo, like, you know, he'll be like, yo, I was in Rome, and I had this fucking galamad, and I was like, oh, I'm over here with this, and we were just like, one day we just said, yo, we should make a site. But it's more than a site, because I do want to say this too. Anybody doing a podcast, anybody doing a site, okay, it's not just a site. Fuck a Premium Pete, fuck a Bum B. Like, fuck a site, or fuck a podcast. And the point I'm trying to make is, everything evolves now. It's 2015. We're about to be 2016.
Word.
So Blue Tigers Fit is a podcast, right?
Right.
But that soon could be merch. But that soon could be an event planning thing where they do in stores. You know, they could also be, they could be consultants. You know, like when I look at You Gotta Eat This, and I say You Gotta Eat This, it's a site. It has content up there. It has dope content up there. On our Instagram is powerful, right? But what I'm trying to say is, like, it's more than just a social media and following. It's more than just a blog and readers. You know, it's a brand. You know, so what I mean is, like, you know, I've been reached out to by Dairy Queen to come down there and be like, yo, you know, we would love to talk with you about this and this and this. So the point I'm trying to make is, it's a podcast, it's a blog, it's etc. But at the end of the day, it's a brand, and your brand could be a 360 of whatever you do. So, you know, I'm excited that you're gonna hook up with Bun and be able to do shit like that.
Word up, Pete. Let me ask you this: what do you think is the biggest misconception of Premium Pete?
That's a good question, man. I just don't even
unexpected
fucking know,
shit,
you know?
right?
I mean, because I only reason I ask you that is because I know you speak the truth, and I know you speak from the heart, and no one's perfect.
Yeah.
You know, no one's perfect at all. But, you know, you say what you mean, and sometimes to some folks it may come off, you know, like however, but there was a message behind that shit, whether it was, you know, like you said it because you meant it, or this is true life, and someone else should look at it from this perspective. Like, everybody's perspective is different on it. So, you know, with you being so influential and having these things, and like you said, people not understanding, you know, the entrepreneurship around it, like as far as the work you had to put into it, like, you know, people see the internets and they see Twitter and they see these sites and they see, you know, the Periscope and all these social media networks. Like, what do you think is the biggest misconception people may have about you?
I mean, unfortunately, when you're a straight shooter, I think that people either like you or they hate you.
Word.
You know? And then some people just hate you because they don't understand you. I'll be honest with you, man. For the most part, man, I get more love than I get hate.
That's love.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Yeah, you know, I get more love than I get hate, and I'll be honest with you, I'm blessed for that. You know what I mean? I'm blessed for that because, you know, I think sometimes, like, you know, I'm a little zero filter, and sometimes that catches me into. But I think I'm never malicious. You know what I mean?
Word.
Like, you know, if I don't like somebody, I'll tell them. You know what I mean? Like, and sometimes people don't like to hear the real, but I feel like, you know, the biggest misconception would be like, you know, maybe that, you know, first impression maybe ain't everything.
Word.
I mean, even though I feel like first impression is a lot but I feel like sometimes you need to be open-minded with people, like myself, I guess, because I come off, and some people, some people, I feel like some people have told me over the years that like I was intimidating when they met me, where like they felt like because I was like very comments, and not everybody, I'm just myself, but I think that people realize after a time or two that, this kid means well, man. He may be a straight shooter, but this kid got a heart of gold, and I think that, that means a lot. So if I had anything to say about, for some reason, my whole life, whenever somebody asks me something, I always try to drop a gem on somebody.
Word.
So, so like, as you're asking me something, I'm trying to give advice to other people, too. You know what I mean? So I just feel like if you see people out there and, and you're not too sure on them, give them another chance, man, because, at the end of the day, you may never know. Sometimes I met people on some shit where like I thought they were a dick, and it turned out to be some of my best friends.
Yeah. And Pete, I know you're a busy man, and I'm gonna let you go in a minute, but talk a little bit about the hashtag presence over presence. Like what does that mean, and why did you create that hashtag?
Yeah. So presence over presence is something that I created, many years ago. It's more than a hashtag. It's also like we made like
it's a movement,
an Instagram page, but it's definitely a platform. It's definitely a movement. I'm definitely looking to bring that to like schools and prisons and really talk to more people. And who knows what the future could add hold of that. But presence over presence is definitely a movement. It's I've been on a bunch of different radio shows talking about it, and it was created because of the fact that, many years ago when I was being a knucklehead and was away, one of the counselors that I was dealing with at the time was like, we spoke on like, our kids are all right, or, a lot of hustlers I feel like get cloudy. And what I mean by that is when I say get cloudy is like people who make money sometimes think that, everything is okay. We sat down with Lil Boozy, and when he was away, we were like, oh, everything's all cool and everything. When I was away, my kids had iPhones, they had iPads. I was like, yeah, but Boozy, they didn't have you.
Word.
And I think, that was one of the biggest things that I saw for me was like, that like our presence in our kids' life will be worth more than any present that we could ever give them. And I didn't realize that until, I got divorced, and I got divorced at a very young age. My daughter's going to be 16. I got divorced when my daughter was 2 years old. So for 14 years, I've been a separated father, scared to be a weekend dad, not wanting to just be called a weekend dad. Because I think weekend dad is almost like the word sneakerhead.
Word.
You know what I mean? Like,
that negative connotation.
I don't like the word sneakerhead. I just feel like it's like...
The negative connotation.
Yeah. Oh, he's just a weekend dad. And I feel like you gotta understand how tough it is for the man to be more than a weekend dad. Because keep in mind, what about people? People who have to work and then your schedule may be crazy and you have to make time. So I'll be honest with you. Growing up, man, like I had a lot of spurts in my life where money was very tight.
Word.
So I couldn't afford a lot of things. So I was like, I didn't realize when I was so worried trying to get her more Barbie dolls, I didn't worry all she cared about was me playing with her.
Word.
So, and the reason why I made it for is real talk is for anybody listening to this, on the train, in your car, in your room, in the closet, on the turtle, wherever you are, man. Anybody that will listen to this to understand that, like, how important this shit is. Like, I remember we had Foxy Brown on, and how she was talking about how she was just fucking with all these different guys in the neighborhood because her father was all strung out, and he was never there for her. She had no role model. She didn't know. She told her dad, she came home from tour one time, and she seen her dad on the corner. He looked like he was, like, disintegrating. He's all fucked up on heroin. She said he must have weighed about, like, 70 pounds. And she was like, yo, Dad, why didn't you tell me, like, why didn't you show me, like, who you, like us as fathers, if we have daughters, real talk.
Word.
We should pull out the chair. When she's going to eat. We should put that napkin on her thing. I'm like, look, you don't have a guy that does this, do not fuck with him.
Word.
Because at the end of the day, I understand, real talk, we all want to get some head, we all want to get some pussy as men. But at the end of the day, too, when you're raising a daughter, you should want her to at least expect more than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that, it's not only about men. I just think it's so important. Keep in mind, nothing against strippers. I got love for them, but at the end of the day, look at some of these girls who are affected, who are fucked up. Look at some of these men who are fucked up, who won't admit it. When I was away, I was in group homes at an early age, man. I was hanging out with Nietas and fucking Latin Kings and Bloods and Crips, and I promise you, some of the toughest kids were crying when they were talking about, parenting.
Wow.
Right, and their parents not being there. That shit, right? Parents not being there really, really affects a person. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to create this thing where we showed how much love we had for our kids, and everybody, not just me, fuck me, it's just everybody. Presence over presence was just being there, man, and changing, especially for men, because, we may all be good fathers, but the word father and dad has been hurt because of so many deadbeat dads.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean to be long-winded on that.
Nah, you good.
Nah, yeah, you're just keeping it real with that one, man. There's too many deadbeats out here.
Yeah, so, sometimes I feel like, we may say, like, oh, no, we good. I'm not a deadbeat dad, but it's not about only us. You know what I'm saying? We got to do this shit as a whole. We got to help, improve, the dad name. We got to help improve. Like, if we just sit here and say, we good, I don't know about them motherfuckers. Yeah, at the end of the day, we're not trying to go out and help these other motherfuckers, but what we're doing will help these motherfuckers at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, building it back up. And there's a lot of, there's a lot of confused dads out there, too, that I see. Like, a lot of people email me all the time, and, they may be going through something with their kids, and they want to see more than that. And I'll be honest with you, man, like I said, I may have not made a lot of money in my life yet. And, I know there's more to come, but the blessings I've gotten, I mean, I had girls that I know, women, like DM me or email me and tell me, like, how special it is that, of how much I'm passionate about this shit, because their fathers weren't there for them, and how, people just, really relate to that type of shit. Like I said before, our presence in their life, man, means so much, man. It can never be taken away.
Word, Pete. Word, man. Well, look, I appreciate the time, man, brother, personally, for coming on, dropping knowledge.
Oh, come on.
You know what I'm saying, to the people, just with projects up and coming, and just let people know who you are. Like, that's the whole point of the podcast, is to promote, positivity. And, we fuck around a little bit, but at the same time, like, there's people out there like yourself, man, that we want to take time to highlight, to thank, and to expose, to get other people on that positivity train, man. There's so much negative bullshit that's out here, and it's a lot of good people out here too, like yourself, man. And I'm just grateful for you, for the movement, and everything that you bring to the table, man. Creativity, the whole nine, man. Like I said, I know it's not easy, but with good people like you pushing the movement, we gonna make it, man. Jada Kiss style, we gonna make it,
Yeah, most definitely.
Most definitely.
Like I said, positivity, Pete, man. But I ain't always positive. Don't get that wrong. Let me tell you something. If you're a nice person, if every day you're a nice person, pick one day out of that week and be a jerk. Because I promise you, man, when you're too nice, people won't appreciate that. You got to switch it up on them.
Yeah.
When people think you become so predictable, I promise you, man, become unpredictable just for that day. And that goes for anything. That goes in a workforce. That goes in a relationship. You got to think about it. You're married, right? All of a sudden you want to become unpredictable. That may help you keep that fire, because when you become predictable, man, people get tired of that shit, man.
Word
and
life.
I think it's so important to become unpredictable sometimes. And, be nice, be yourself, but at the end of the day, man, just know your worth and know what you're about, So at the end of the day, I'm not saying that I don't want to put the fucking Blue Tigers fit into a gospel fucking sermon. But bro, so I appreciate y'all for having me on, man.
Wow.
And I like what y'all doing, man. I definitely want to continue to support that. And I definitely advise everyone on here listening that will listen tomorrow or the next day or the week after or even months after, that you keep on supporting podcasts like Blue Tigers Fitted, because
Absolutely.
at the end of the day, it's important to support each other. This podcast space, there's room for everyone. Don't be a fucky bird. Don't be a douchebag. And don't try to hate on other podcasts and et cetera, et cetera. Listen, there's room for everyone to not only grow and test out their knowledge and become better. I mean, look, at the end of the day, Combat Jack was never into radio or, so to speak, voice. I was never into radio. I never did anything like that, you know, and you know, look what was created, you know. At the end of the day, like I said, just be real. So that's the only thing I'll say. I'm going to leave the internet's on this. You know, if you be real with people, man, you'd be surprised what you get back in return. You know, if you continue to bless people with that, you know, like keep your relationships. Like my relationships have got me to where I am today, and I hope they take me into the very deep future. Because, you know, I think sometimes people make friends with people, whether that be an artist or an athlete or anybody, and I think they don't know how to handle those relationships. And sometimes they want to ask for favors, and like I think if you be yourself, then your network will become what your network is. Like I explained before, like you know, like if you're friends with somebody, like for instance, I want to give you an example on this. If one of you guys are friends with a rapper or actor or an athlete or celebrity type, you know, like don't try and have an ulterior motive. You know, be yourself.
Oh,
you know, don't try to like
no fakeness.
You know, like yeah, you know, like, and it's not even about celebrity actors, you know, or artists. Like even a regular person, like if you're friends with somebody, text them on, you know, and you know, because I think our friend zone is totally confused. Like sometimes I think that you know, we have acquaintances and we have people we're cool with, fuck with. I fuck with him a little bit, and then that's my man, that's my brother, that's my fam, whatever it is. So there's so many different levels of what it is, but I think people need to know that. But if you're fucking with somebody and you're cool with somebody, and you know you don't only hit them up when you need something or that, I feel like, you know, the way to nurture that is hit them up on the holidays, man. You know, send them a text. You know, hey man, you know, happy holidays to you and the family. You know, like you keep that. Like you obviously can't hang out with someone all the time. A lot of us are family men and work a lot and have passion jobs and day jobs or night jobs and side shit. You know. But at the end of the day, like I said, you know, you be yourself, man, and I really think that'll take you far, man.
Right. Yeah, no doubt, Pete. We appreciate you coming on, man.
Most definitely, man. Shout out to Detroit. Shout out to anybody that's listening, and you know, I appreciate y'all for having me on, and keep doing what y'all doing. Most definitely.
D-Town already. That is my man, Premium Pete. Definitely make sure to follow him. Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, Snapchat, all that shit that y'all get into. It's Premium Pete. It's Blue Tigers Fitted, man. Blessings your way, brother, and we'll definitely get you back, my man.
Most definitely. Salute y'all.
Word up. Premium Pete, all y'all.
Yeah.
Blue Tigers Fitted, BlueTigersFitted.com. We'll be right back. Blue Tigers Fitted, BlueTigersFitted.com. Yo, shout out to Premium Pete for that knowledge being dropped. You know, thank you, sir, for coming on Blue Tigers Fitted, taking that time. You know, and he wasn't preaching for y'all that listen out there. You know, he wasn't preaching. He was just giving y'all the real.
Yeah, he was dropping a lot of knowledge right there.
Dropping a lot of knowledge, and you know, like, you know, it's funny because, you know, events and talking about things that locally we went to. Burn Rubber Detroit had a sneaker event, actually their release party with Puma this past week, and we were able to be in attendance. Sherm and I went on down. I was at a local club downtown Detroit, and
TV Lounge,
Lounge, and it was kind of like a Burn Rubber sneaker release / Rose Spit, who we'll have on the show soon. Rose Spit's like album release. So the album release stuff was going on. The sneaker's dope. So it's a Puma and Burn Rubber, it's a stepper, Puma stepper release. So it's almost like the old Clyde Drexler low top, but they've added a lot of things for the Detroit, the train station that they incorporated.
I recall the broken glass on the back of the sneaker.
Heel. Yep. So like the broken glass on the back of the heel, they resembled things, or they took iconic things from the building and made that a part of the shoe. So they always try to come up with a theme. So I'll shout out to Rick and Roll for that. But the materials are dope, like premium leather on the outside, the inside, wax laces, kind of like that gummy outsole. It's dope. The sneaker retail, I think, for $140, and I want to say it might be even sold out by this point.
I hope so. It'd be a good look if it was sold out.
Yeah, like that was their first ever collaboration with Puma. They've done things with Reebok before. They've done things with New Balance in the past. So this first collaboration with Puma and the offering was dope. So hopefully those of you guys that got to pick up a pair, grabbed a pair. We're at the event. Shout out to my man Mos, who will actually be getting that Blue Tigers Fitted website up soon. So that part of it is dope. But yeah, just a good vibe. I think came out of the event. Mr. DJ Clark Kent himself.
Yeah,
came out all the way from New York.
DJ Clark Kent.
Yeah,
he got a live performance from Royce 5'9".
Yeah, Royce the 5'9" was down there.
T3
and Cool
Slum
Cat
Village.
T3 from Slum Village was down there.
Yeah.
So a lot of Detroit support in the building. But Clark Kent, I don't think people knew that he was there, who he was.
Right.
I mean, because he got props, but at the same token, I was like, yo, this is Clark Kent, the same guy that's worked on Jay-Z's album or Mary J. Blige's album, and just numerous Rakim, just numerous people's albums. He's in the building all the way straight from New York, from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And I thought that was dope. I got to, shake his hand. I tried to ask him his recipe for this drink that he posts on Instagram, and he was like, man, get the fuck out of here. I'm not giving you the drink. The recipe. The homie Blackout MRC, Calvin, actually got a pair of these China exclusive Air Force 25s that were China only. They were overseas only exclusive. He brought a pair with him, and DJ Clark Kent actually signed him joints. And not only signed up, but he was kind of blown back that he was like, yo, how the hell did you get this pair?
Right.
They didn't even release over here. This is not a shoe that people are sought after. It's not like a Jordan shoe or, a crazy, penny shoe or whatever. It's a shoe that he did a collaboration with, and it was the first shoe that actually had his logo on the tongue. So that was pretty dope. And I mean, he's a humble dude, like I said, the brief moment I got to meet him, it was pretty dope. So shout out to you, Clark, for coming through D-Town.
Yeah, it was a good look. You know, free event. A lot of people came down and showed up, supported. I wonder, I just wonder, we was talking with Cam B. Galleries earlier, if they would have paid, if they had have charged, how many people would have showed up?
Yeah, I mean, it was a decent turnout, and those that are supporters of the store were there. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, Burn Rubber got a big following, man.
Burn
Shout
Rubber
out
has
to
a huge
Burn
following.
Rubber.
Yeah, they do. And, like I said, decent turnout, but I think where a lot of their sales are going to come from is online. People that aren't even locally in Detroit love the sneaker. They've been posting online and in social media, so I'm curious to see how the numbers unfold. So if you didn't get a pair, you slept.
Yeah, it might be over for you.
But that was pretty dope. But speaking about people who it might be over for, Sherm, B, the Lions. That's definitely who it's over for.
Yeah. It started off.
Do you want to start, or do you want me to do it? I mean, because you can do it.
Well, I mean, we record on Sunday, so today was a very special day with the clocks jumping forward, like we talked about earlier, and so you had the privilege of the Lions being on at 9:30 a.m. And by 10:30 a.m. it was fucking 28-3 or 31-3.
Did you wake up early to see these bums?
No, I just woke up because I woke up. I get up early on Sundays, and hey, fuck it, football's on.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, it's 31-3, and it gets you to wondering about the Lions, man. When is it gonna change? When is it gonna come back? I mean, you know what I mean?
Come back. You can't come back to something that you never had.
Damn.
No, you're right, B. You're right.
The last time they had something was before the Ford family even bought the team back in the 50s when they won 3 championships.
We got to go over a half a century to go back to find the Lions being worth a damn.
So, ever since the Super Bowl era, you can't come back to something that you never had.
I mean, I know Forbes is writing articles about them saying, hey, don't let your organization be like the Lions.
I read that article and I completely 100% agree with it.
But when you getting articles from Forbes magazine saying, hey, don't be as shitty as these guys, you know what I'm saying? That's a big indictment on how bad you are. You're the shining example of how not to be for the rest of the world.
Because this is what happens. The Ford family does not care. I don't care what Coach Jim Caldwell says that, oh, Martha Firestone Ford does care. She gets angry and all that. You know what? I want her to be in front of a mic and let the world know how much she cares about the team. Because who else do you see around here ownership-wise? You saw Mike Ilitch. He'll be in front of the mic sometimes. Yeah. In the NFL, when the Deflategate that happened earlier, who did you see? You saw Robert Kraft in front of a mic, and he says this.
Well, the Lions are pussies, just to play on the words.
It's not there. They're gutless. They're absolutely gutless.
That's what a pussy is, B. A completely gutless person, just they let things happen to them that shouldn't happen.
Mayhew had to go overseas to the United Kingdom to finally to speak in front of a mic.
That's kind of cowardice, though.
It is. It absolutely is.
Yeah.
And he said, if we had 22 Matt Staffords, we would be winning the Super Bowl every year. And look what he did today.
Come on, man.
On Sunday.
And, and that's just one of those things, like, normally I'm the biggest NFL football fan there could be, but when I get up and I'm like, it's 11 a.m., it's halftime, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and start my day. That's an indictment, man. That's bad, You know
what I did at 9:30 in the morning?
I would hope not watch the damn Lions.
I did not even turn it on the television.
Good for you, B.
I didn't even turn on the television. I'm done with this team. And this is what I want, and this is what I want from the organization. I want the organization to sell the team. I want new people from top to bottom. I don't care who you are. You're gone.
You got big demands, B.
I want new logos. I want new uniforms. I want new everything. I want the aura around that surrounds this team currently. I want it all gone. Because there's no way for you to try to move forward and get and be the team that you want to be without treating this team like an expansion team.
That's the problem.
You need to treat this team as an expansion team in order to move forward. And there's no way that none of that's going to happen unless all that happens.
But, I mean, we're lifelong Detroiters, right? You know what I mean? They're not going to sell a damn team. It's just you just have to deal with it. It's like being a lifelong Clippers fan, and I know the NBA is starting back up. You just have to deal with being terrible. Even though the Clippers might just fuck around and make the finals this year.
Just might.
I can't foresee that with the Lions at all.
But you know one way to make a statement?
How's that?
Don't show up on Thanksgiving Day.
Man.
Eat up your ticket. Don't show up on Thanksgiving Day and let the world and the nation see how empty your stadium is before the game.
Then they're going to start talking shit about Detroit. Like, Detroit ain't shit. They can't come there.
Firestone Ford will finally fucking do something.
That's not going to happen, B.
I know it's not going to happen, but you want to make it a statement. The fans of Detroit need to send a message. Like I did when I wanted the team to go 0-16.
What message did you send?
Not watch the game, root against the team.
Okay, yeah.
And wanted them to fire Matt Millen. I rooted against them week in and week out.
It's funny.
I had 0-16 on my whiteboard before week 1 started.
It's funny how I'm 32 now, and it's like my entire life I can always remember the Lions being shitty, but I can always remember me being a fan. That's the killer part about the fucking Lions. I know Teek, as he shakes his head, he's like, nah, fuck that.
I definitely shake my head there.
If it wasn't for Barry Sanders, I probably wouldn't be a fan. I don't know. But it's just one of those things. Like, what can you honestly really do?
You can be a fan. I'm a fan. But at a certain time and period, you need to send a message. You need to let the forwards know that you need to do something. Because whatever you're doing is not working whatsoever.
That's not gonna happen, man.
I mean, you look at all the other teams around, and the ones that truly wants to win and whatnot. Mm-hmm. You look at the Patriots back in the '90s, and remember how awesome they were after they were defeated by Green Bay.
Yeah,
how awful they were.
Yeah,
and look what happened to them.
They've kind of been that team since.
And you look at the Rudy family out in Pittsburgh, and how year in, year out, that team has always been consistently been winners. You look at Green Bay, you don't hear anything from like any of the executives because you know why? Because they know how to produce winners. There was a Monday night chart that was so mind blowing that it was absolutely ridiculous. Do you know only 3 players on the current team has been outside of the draft?
You talking about from Green Bay?
Green Bay.
So
3
everybody
players
in the last few years have all become
has all been draft, coaching,
man,
and teaching them up what they need to do.
There's so many things wrong with the fucking Lions. It's not even. I can't even give you a list. It's gonna go 1 through 1,000. You know,
That's why I want.
Just burn the list. Do it again.
I
Fuck
want
it.
this team to be treated as an expansion team. Start all over. I want new logos. I want new uniforms. I want new everything.
I just want them to do better by their fans. There's a lot of people out here earning their hard-earned money, on these fucking bums.
Then they need to quit spending their hard-earned money. I know it's football. I know it's the national
I was about
football.
to say it's football.
And everyone wants to show up on Sunday, get drunk, go to the game, have fun, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I understand that.
I feel bad for the assholes that dress up and put face paint on. Take like 6 hours to get ready for the game.
But there's
just to watch
no
it.
reason.
Yeah, just to watch it get blown
out. There's a time where we need to stop and send a message and say you need to do something, because look what happened with the Wings. They were known as the Dead Wings before they started this whole 20 plus years of playoff appearance, winning Stanley Cups and whatnot.
Yeah, that's different though. I mean, you got to get the right people. You can't just.
That's the thing, though. They don't bring the right people in.
No, they don't. It's the Lions.
Because if Martin Mayhew is still here for next year's draft, I am not watching this team.
You'll be watching.
No, I am
just
not.
Like I'll be
I am
watching.
not going to watch this team. There's absolutely no way.
So B, final words, Lions. They need.
I want new ownership.
Huh?
I want new personnel from top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're the flipping janitor, I want you gone.
Yep.
I want new logos. I want new uniforms.
B don't give a fuck about your unemployment. He wants you fired.
Those 4 things will help.
I want this team to be treated as an expansion team and have everything new.
Sherm, what do you think? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it worked for the Seahawks. It worked for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It worked for
the Giants.
It even worked for it kind of worked for the Giants.
Tampa Bay.
I said Tampa Bay, and it definitely worked for New England. Yeah, you got to start from scratch.
Okay.
Sorry, Lion fan, fellow Lion fan.
You got to break the entire organization down.
Break it down.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, C4 the whole entire place and just blow it up.
Now, the killer part is they went overseas, early in the morning. It was an international game. The whole world got to saw the Lions just become terrible. Terrible. If I own the team, I'm so embarrassed. I'm firing everybody on a plane ride home. Like, y'all not just going to embarrass me like this. Fuck this. Y'all all fired. You know what I'm saying? It'll be irrational. It'll be all of that. But what else can I do, man? You're not just going to make me look like no sucker out here.
What you can do is make them look just like the Pistons look, right? The Pistons, I bet you can't name 5 Pistons right now. Can you name 5 Pistons?
I mean, I can because I'm a sports doofus.
Name 5 Pistons.
You got Ersan Isilva,
Isolovich. Yeah, Isolovich.
right? Stanley Johnson.
All right.
Fuck is his name? Andre Drummond.
Yep.
Contavious Caldwell Pope.
Yep.
And Reggie Jackson.
Okay, so that's 5.
Yeah, I can do that.
I definitely could do that.
Average person
the Pistons are who you need to be taking a look at. Fuck them Lions right now.
You're right. I agree.
The Pistons are 3-0. I've been fortunate enough to be at damn near every preseason game and every season game.
Shout out to the NBA coming back finally.
Shout out to the NBA coming back. Shout out to the Pistons just being an exciting team to look at right now. If you haven't familiarized yourself with them, get familiar.
They're playing team ball.
They're playing team ball. They're trying to get a cohesive thing running together. Stanley Johnson,
That's because they got the hedgehog down there. What's his name?
Oh, you talking about Van Gundy?
Jeremy, yeah.
Yeah, you talking about Stan Van Gundy.
Shermy.
Not Stan Van Gundy. You're talking about
Stan Van Jeremy. No, Stan Van Gundy's out there. Yeah.
Van Gundy. Yeah, he's talking about Van
It took him a
Gundy.
year to.
Speaking of which, he doesn't give anybody props when he goes to the locker room. I don't know what's up with that Van Gundy.
Nah, he kind of shits on everybody. Though.
Yeah, he really does. He got his head down, and those alligator arms are in that body. You know what I'm saying? So that's fine. But I'm glad they're playing Detroit basketball. It's exciting. The 4 times I've been to the Palace now, even with preseason and 2 of the regular season games or 3 of the regular season games, it's a good vibe back in the Palace. I mean, granted, they spent some money on the
spent
seats.
a lot of money.
They spent a lot of money.
In the
It
Palace
was
now.
close to $50 million. I think they spent to they revised like the screens, like they've got the
They look
huge
really
HD
nice.
screens. They've got the dual screens for people that are
Yeah.
sitting on either side of the court. The luxury seating has now expanded, so you've got normally where they would just serve you and you go to a certain section, that's expanded on up. So there's luxury seating. The ushers and everybody, it's more of a interactive environment. Like I spoke to one of the ladies that were there, and she was just like, the Palace is trying to get more music going. They're dropping, Hungry Howie's boxes from the sky and giving out lottery tickets and throwing
they're
T-shirts
trying,
every
they're
3-point. They're trying, and I appreciated that because it's fun again to go watch the Pistons. And not to mention that they're winning. You got Andre Drummond, young cat, 22 years old. Stanley Johnson, I didn't know who was 19 years old, who I've talked to probably on 2 or 3 occasions now, dapped me up. And this guy is like probably 2% body fat and just nothing but muscle.
that's crazy,
and this guy, shout out to my homeboy Deontay, but his cousin is Anthony Tolliver, and I've got a chance to chop it up with Tolliver a few times after the game. Very good guy. But he was saying how Stanley Johnson is like 19 years old, a solid 248 pounds is how much dude weighs. But dude is nothing but just muscle, 2% body fat, muscle. And
So what's he gonna be at 24, 25,
a beast.
26?
I mean, he's already a beast right now, and I think that we got an exciting team for the Pistons. I think that we should support the hometown because NBA basketball, like you said, Sherm, is coming
it's
back,
man.
and
It's back.
it's exciting to watch. I mean, the atmosphere, just being there is a whole other thing, and now knowing the players and knowing a few of them. Like I said, I've almost dapped up every Piston player because I'm a sneaker guy. They're clearly sneaker guys. I think Stanley Johnson, I think I hold him the opening night, actually. He was trying to wear some Jordan 11s, Columbia 11s. I'm like, yo, change them joints by halftime. Like, you are not going to get busy with those because he's trying to wear like a shoe that's literally, it's all like cardboard and super stiff. Totally shitty the first half. Guarantee you, kid you not. Second half, he came out in some Kobe's and rocked it. Like, just killed the second half of the game, and I was like, see, I told you the Kobe's to do your thing. He looked up at me and smiled, like, yo, acknowledged me, like, yo, man, you was right.
Acknowledge me.
Yeah,
So what you're saying is Tico knows.
Tico knows, bro. Like, the footwear game, I got this shit on locks, but it's fuck the Lions, go Pistons.
Let me ask you this then. Do you think location-wise, is it still an issue with the team trying to get fans out there to the Palace and all that stuff?
It is. The owner, I forget his name, is Mike.
Tom Gorris.
Tom Gorris, yeah, a little short guy.
Yeah.
Yo, he was out on the court throwing T-shirts. I mean, he was hyped up himself. I think that he has all of the right to say, and again, for listeners out there, almost every primarily major sports team in Michigan is centrally located downtown Detroit. But however, the Pistons are still play
10 hours away.
Yeah,
from
like probably
civilization.
maybe like 70, 75 miles away from the city, from downtown Detroit. And the big controversy, like B just mentioned, is that they're not centrally located with the other teams. I think that he's all in right for wanting to keep them out there. Obviously, the money that he spent to rejuvenate the Pistons. I think that money talks and bullshit walks.
Yeah.
And I think that at this moment, we're focused on building the Red Wing Stadium downtown and getting that together and all of that area. But once that's set, it's a matter of time for somebody buys my man out and just gives my man an offer he can't refuse.
I think it's a matter of time for they get the fuck back downtown where they belong.
Yeah.
Because I mean, as much as I like the Palace, and you know, it's if I'm from Downriver, Michigan, or you know, Downriver, Detroit area. That might be damn near a 2-hour ride just to go watch the Pistons, and that's the ride there.
And that's the ride there.
Yeah.
You're gonna be drinking and all that stuff, and then
Right.
another 2-hour drive back.
Right. So it's in a terrible position for the entire metropolitan area because if I go to a Tiger game and first pitch might be 7:05, I can leave my house at 6:45 and be in the game at 7:07. Like, hey, it's me. I'm here, and I can be out that bitch, and back home within 10 minutes. Also,
Yeah.
that's impossible at the Palace. That's a whole entire evening.
Okay, so you guys have been there. I've been there.
Yeah.
Working events and whatnot, but I've been there. What do you guys think about the new renovation that they've done so far? I mean, do you guys like it?
So far,
is it money well
now-
spent?
I love I love everything about the Palace. To be honest with you, it's a very cool.
It's gorgeous.
But it's just the fact that where it is and what's going on around it is very disappointing.
Yeah, I think the renovation piece, like I think they spent the money in the right place. What I did end up finding out is that, and I noticed this when I went to a game, and I had courtside seats. Oh, I had courtside seats, and it's one of those things where, it was pretty dope because the lady noticed that they had like they canceled out like seats 3 and 4. Like they noticed seats 3 and 4 were like gone from the Pistons, and I guess season ticket holders didn't have seat 3, and people bought these seats knowing that it was like 3 and 4, and it was like ghosts, like they were just completely gone from where they were at. So they oversold some seats and they got rid of some seats, and maybe that's the case, but I don't know. It's a dope renovation for what it is.
It is
right
and
now.
and I like where it's headed. I just want it to be more centralized, more localized with the people. The Palace, they make you feel like you got to be a rich snob to go there. No, for real, that's always the vibe I've gotten. Like, even back when I was growing up, and I got a lot of old Pistons Bulls tapes on games, and you see the old bad boys playing in the Palace, and it's kind of loud, kind of clap, clap, clap. Then you see Jordan and the Bulls, who downtown in the city of Chicago, and as loud as a motherfucker all game. Now, granted, they looking at the greatest of all time in his prime. That's probably a part of it, but these were the world champion Pistons too. They should be in the gritty inner city also. So, I mean, I'm not knocking the owner who's got he put up all his own money to be down there and get all his money. So it is what it is. But I'm just ready for him to be back downtown. I'm so happy they starting off this season pretty good, and we're just gonna see what they're gonna do going here on out. It's gonna be another long week for them, so maybe they can pull off a few more W's.
We'll see.
So
3-0.
So here, right now, Pistons are 3-0. Do you see them make the playoffs?
I saw them making the playoffs. This guy.
Yes.
What seed?
This guy.
Ceiling. How ceiling?
4 is their ceiling. 4 is the top they can make.
Correct.
I say 4 through 7. I would prefer 4, 5, 6. So they have at least 4 and 5. You get some kind of home. You're not really doing nothing to me until you get home court advantage. So,
but they changed it, right? It's not like the number 8 seed anymore.
No, it's just top 8.
Yeah, it's top 8.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm expecting if you can somehow squeeze a 4 through 7 finish, I'll be okay. Just don't come in that 8th seed, and you got to show me some growth with your young players because that whole team is crazy young.
I mean, it's still a relatively young team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see some growing pains, like what we're seeing with the Wings at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, like I said, do you guys see them in making the playoffs? I see them making the playoffs too.
I do too.
And I see them sealing the ceiling point at number 5.
Mm-hmm.
At number 5, I
That's
see
a good choice, though,
I see
5.
them being at the ceiling. That's their ceiling point right there.
Yeah.
Because as long as they make the playoffs, I think they can make a pretty good run. They're not going to win it. I'm not going to say they're going to be NBA champions.
Oh hell no.
But at the same time,
Just give me a competitive first round.
Oh no, I think they will. I
Yeah.
mean, the way they played the Bulls the other day.
Right. Because I think the last time they came around in the playoffs, they just got manhandled by I think it was Cleveland, and it was kind of an embarrassment. And they were the 8th seed, and it was kind of like, why did you even bother being the 8th seed? Because you kind of suck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, think about it. I mean, the Pistons were on this playoff run. They made the playoffs. They had like multiple conference championships and whatnot, and then they start losing, and barely anyone shows up.
That was the Iverson effect, man. They should have never brought Iverson around.
No, they shouldn't.
And, they got rid of Chauncey and all kinds of nonsense, and shit just happens. So
here's my question to you, Sherm.
yes,
So if that happens for the Pistons, because they've won multiple championships
yes,
within our lifetime so far.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen the original Bad Boys do it.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen the Bad Boys Part 2 do it.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't fans do that with the Lions and just not show up?
It's football. Football's king, man. From high school to college to the
Even
pros.
as corrupt as it is,
Yeah.
and I know it's like you get 8 weeks to go and see your team play.
Yeah, it's still football. You said, you only get 8 weeks.
I know there's more if you make the playoffs, but let's be real here.
No, we everybody wins in Michigan except for the fucking Lions. That's kind of how it goes. I don't know why. I don't know. It was a bad omen. I think the legend goes that William Clay Ford literally signed the contract for the team the day Kennedy got assassinated. If that's not a bad omen for your franchise, I don't know what it is. And it's been down in the shitter since. And we're talking since 1957.
They did make the playoffs like 6 years in a row back in the 90s. We had one playoff win during that time, but
they had
but
one
then again,
playoff
they
win
only had
in 1991.
What's that?
1991 was their last playoff win.
Yeah, and they only had one playoff win since like the 1950s.
Yeah, that was our only playoff win.
Yeah, that's been the only.
So since 57 and now, it's been one playoff win. I don't know why people are Lions fans around here in hindsight, but I know we got another big thing going on with the World Series today. I think somebody's about to win a title here.
Nope. Breaking news right now: the Kansas City Royals are your World Series champions.
Oh man, Kansas
With
City
a
Royals.
score of 7-2.
7. They broke it wide open in that last
broke it
inning.
wide open.
I mean, the internet says no chill. They're already on it.
Yeah, the internet is literally 5 seconds into the postseason being over, and they're shitting on the Mets. But it's the Mets. Who if you're not Jerry Seinfeld, you're not a Mets fan. Come on, stop it. And who the fuck watches baseball anyway?
True story, gentlemen. But look,
Yeah, right.
we episode 17. We're way over. It's all good though, because we're back. We're back in the can. Episode 17. More interviews. More people coming through. Shout out to Premium Pete for coming on Blue Tigers Fitness Show. Definitely make sure you're following. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, man. Definitely follow us on SoundCloud. Follow us on iTunes, and we'll get back to you, man. Every week we're dropping a new heat. Every Thursday. Blue Tigers Fitted, iTunes, SoundCloud. Tell a friend to tell a friend. But until next week, already, Blue Tigers Fitted. We out.
Peace.
Peace.
Later.